Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Same Fire Society. I am so happy to have you here. Today we're going to do a little twin flame check-in, a little you versus them reading here, and just see where both the divine masculine and divine feminine are in the journey right now. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of guidance. Okay. Let's start off with the twin flame soulful messages, and we're just going to jump right in. See what wants to come out. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, please give us the guidance we need to hear today. So to start off for the masculine, I've been trying to connect to you through dreams. I've been carrying you in my heart every single day. I'm trying to gain knowledge on this connection. If you've been following along with the readings, they seem to be going in sequence. We are in a place where the divine masculine has just gone through a big spiritual awakening. I did have the dragonfly charm just chilling on my desk this morning. Not quite sure how it got there, but that's very interesting because that's a symbol of spiritual awakening. So it's like this masculine has had a big bang and is now seeking out answers and knowledge about what this means. You and I are one regardless of the circumstances. I am heartbroken since I realized how much I hurt you. So now that he's had this awakening, he's understood what this past rejection has done in your life. And then I admire you for being so bold and brave in your life. I was getting that the feminine possibly spoke on their feelings. So, this masculine definitely feeling here that you were really brave for doing that, especially now knowing what he knows with the spiritual awakening currently going on. Let's see how the feminine is feeling. I cannot live without you, but I don't want you to know this. Okay. So maybe because of this rejection in the past, you've kind of clammed up a little bit where you're like, I don't want to let any more of my feelings. It kind of made you put up a wall in a sense. Like maybe that was one of the first times you've ever really been completely honest and open with your feelings like that. And that was really difficult for you. And so now you're clammed up a little bit when it comes to that. Like you want this masculine to come to you. I've realized there's that strong bond between us. So you've known for a long time. I feel here that there is a very, very strong bond. Not understanding why it's been taking the masculine so long to see it here. I am aware I caused a lot of chaos and pain in your life. So I feel with this card here, the feminine does feel that way. The feminine feels like the masculine has caused a lot of pain and chaos in their life. Probably met at a time when you weren't looking for anything. And this caused a lot of uproar. Maybe you were in another connection, and this could possibly even have a family I'm feeling and seeing. So that could have really caused a little bit of an uproar in your life. I feel like in this present moment that's settled back down at this time, but that it really did, or even just made you question everything you were doing or going at in your life. I'm sorry for breaking promises that I've made to you. Okay. I will always love you no matter what happens between us. So, the divine feminine definitely, in this place of surrender to this connection. I'm feeling with this, I'm sorry I'm breaking promises, that this feeling a little bit of guilt and remorse for things you've had to let go in your life to take on this spiritual journey, and just feeling a little bit of guilt for that, you know, that maybe with friends or family or whatever else, just being at this point where you can't, you know, there's certain things you can't go on with. And so feeling like maybe you have broken promises in that aspect, but understanding and surrendering and knowing that you're going to love this person unconditionally no matter what happens, regardless of what happens in the 3D, and wanting to bring honesty and sincerity into the connection. I've been feeling this really strongly the last couple days, that the feminine just wants to talk, like just wants to really get all of this out in the open and just talk about it, and not even like have expectations or rush things, but to just simply talk about what this connection means to each other. And like I always say, you know, you may not get that validation in the 3D like you want it. You know, it's really, this journey is really about trusting our own intuition. Let's get some twin flame Intuit oracle cards for the masculine. Things he can say about the connection at this current time. I've watched you change and grow so much. I'm trying to release my attachment to identity so I can change too. So definitely the masculine's definitely kept an eye on you, kind of watching your spiritual growth. Definitely in the past year, I'm feeling. And if you're not on social media and they can't watch you, I mean, there's definite ways I'm feeling there might be some type of connection with a friendship, or I mean, some small way, like you guys are friends on Venmo or something, and he can kind of see what you've been doing a little bit, things like that. Okay, don't judge this, just surrender. I know it's triggering, but from a higher perspective, it's clearing energy and bringing us both together. So the masculine, since we are mirrors, most likely feeling when you are very triggered by the connection in some way, and the higher self just telling you, you know, to try to let go of that. Try to let go of all judgment, you know, and come to a place of full surrender and unconditional love. That's what is needed right now in this connection. And honestly, it's a very beautiful place to be. Like, regardless, twin flames transcend time, space, everything pretty much. And so understanding that that love is infinite, it goes across lifetimes. You know, once you surrender to that, it's very beautiful. As twin flames, we are here to ascend and help others do the same. So definitely a recognition of needing to get on the soul path, the masculine finally understanding that, and hopefully getting to a point where they're going to accept that. So you might start to see in the next year changes, maybe job changes, or like big changes which you never thought would change with your masculine. The masculine always saying, you know, I'm happy in my job. It's my passion, but you knowing deep down that it had no fulfillment for this masculine. Okay. We have your inner child need to come first. Trust that they are part of our plan. Okay, so healing of the inner child is going on right now, possibly for both of you. Healing doesn't really stop, so the masculine, after going through a spiritual awakening, may have recognized this need to start healing. I daydream about you. Sometimes it's sexual, other times I visualize our future together. So definitely romanticizing this connection. And we have double nines here. So 9 could be significant. Our inner children are crying out right now. We both need comfort. We both need to comfort them and become the parents. So the inner child healing is screaming on the side of the masculine. So definitely, I know there's typically both parties have a lot of inner healing to do, especially when it comes to childhood trauma. You may know of some of these traumas of the divine masculine. He may have spoke on some of them. And when I'm saying he or she, it's just for purposes of what we are in the 3D, but it could be vice versa. It could be a more masculine female and a more feminine female. It could be a more masculine male and a more feminine male. Take it as it resonates, whichever one you resonate with, more of the divine feminine or more of the divine male here. Let's see where the feminine is at here, what she is working on. I feel the chemistry between us. We need to trust that the energy we share will bring us back together again. So again, with the surrender energy, really feeling that for the feminine, that she's finally in surrender energy here. Finally understanding that this connection will come back together in due time, I'm hearing. We incarnated together to clear specific patterns from our ancestral bloodlines. So yes, and we have double eights here as well. So double eights and double nines could be significant on your spiritual journey. And the feminine is definitely recognizing and going through, looking at specifically the patterns that have been repeated throughout bloodlines. You know, I know specifically for me, alcohol addiction was a big one to heal. My mother actually passed away from alcoholism, and there were a lot of people in her life that suffered from alcoholism, all the way, you know, back as far as I know. And that was a really big ancestral pattern that needed to be healed within us. And you know, for my immediate family, I am the first one to do that. So there's a lot of that going on, recognizing what needs to be healed and what cycles need to be broken, especially if you've had your own kids or you plan on having your own kids, not wanting to carry those curses, so to speak, down the bloodline any longer. Our hearts are connected. Take a moment to close your eyes and feel the connection. So again, with the surrender energy, the feminine realizes there's still work to be done, but that you are connected no matter what, and being finally at peace with that. And that could have taken some time. I'm feeling like a little bit of tumultuous. The cards are really jumpy, like a little bit of like scattered energy, but I'm seeing the temperance card in my mind's eye, that the feminine has finally tempered that energy. Has figured out how to harness it and use it for her creativeness. I've been learning about twin flames. It feels right to me. So, and we have double threes here as well. Double threes, double eights, double nines. And nines are also indicative of like closing out cycles. So definite, I'm feeling on the side of the feminine for sure, closing out cycles, whereas the masculine may be starting, you know, starting with this healing process, starting with some healing cycles and closing out karmic cycles. And the feminine really, now that she's surrendered, you know, this twin flame thing feels comfortable, not uncomfortable anymore, I'm feeling. Else wants to come out. Okay, we have, I think you're beautiful inside and out. I see the light that radiates from your soul. So in double ones here as well. So I'm feeling, I've just felt this really, really strongly, that you could really see this masculine's heart, like his big, beautiful heart. And you may have even said that, like told this person that they were beautiful, even though they are a masculine, I'm feeling. And that really, this masculine remembers that really sits with this masculine. Being mirrors for each other makes self-love so important. I wish I was there to love you, but if I'm not, I want you to love and nurture yourself. So really understanding here, finally, the feminine's really understanding with this surrender that that you guys are mirrors, and that whatever the feminine is insecure about or having a hard time with healing at this moment, the masculine is most likely going through to or about to be going through. So let's say like a blockage in maybe like getting together in the past was if you didn't feel completely yourself physically, like if you had gained a few pounds or something like that, just being really insecure about maybe, you know, gaining a few pounds or whatnot. And the masculine would definitely have this insecurity too here, because we are mirrors. All right, clarifying love situations for the masculine, that jumped right out. Dance of souls, be vulnerable and let your two hearts intertwine. So definitely he recognizes the need to be vulnerable here. He knows that's the next step in this connection. He has to open up, and he has to be vulnerable about his feelings and not fear his feelings. And that's another childhood trauma that the masculines are definitely healing at this time, at least in this twin flame collective that I'm reading for, because it does come up a lot. Okay, so we have flight plans. Sometimes things fall apart for better things to come together. So definitely the dismantling of things that may have always been in his life at this time for the things that are going to help him on his spiritual path to be to light up here. He needs you know, we need our like soul tribe. Sometimes we need spiritual guidance. It might be a little bit different for everyone, but recognizing that you know, with this big change comes things in your life that are going to help you from spirit. With release comes freedom, steering faith towards an unwritten future. So surrendering, I mean, definitely surrendering to all that may come with this spiritual journey, even though he does not know what will come. The only thing you can be really sure about is the fact that, you know, if you both take this journey, that you will unite eventually, right? Consumed, extinguish doubt by having open communication. Obsessed hearts and jealous minds brew a storm of unyielding chaos. So jealousy has been coming up on the side of the masculine, and this could be because of past connections of the feminine. He may have actually seen you with other people, even could just be like coworkers, whatever. But that could have consumed him and been a blockage in this connection, because this masculine was definitely very jealous, not wanting to see the feminine with anyone else, but also really at that time not understanding those feelings, because there was not like, you know, deep-seated intimacy here. Lightning strikes, awakening jolt. So definite confirmation here that the masculine is currently going through a spiritual awakening and recognizing all of this. He's probably seeing repeating numbers. We've had a lot of repeating numbers here. So I'm definitely getting that vibe that the masculine could be seeing repeating numbers at this time. Could be seeing your name a lot as well. Void, burnout, fiery passion is consuming, sustain a lasting balance. So, you know, the energy can be so intense between each other at first, and it really, really calls for temperance, right? And that takes some patience, and that takes tempering out and leveling out and harnessing of the energies, and that oftentimes takes a separation. I almost said celebration for some reason, but I feel that strongly there is going to be a celebration between these flames at some point. But recognizing the need to really temper that energy. It's almost like, what's that movie with Charlize Theron and Will Smith, where they like have that intense connection, but they can't be near each other because they would basically like combust because the energy is too intense. But also not being around each other was kind of like killing each other. I believe he was like drinking and doing all these types of things. So it's like, it's kind of like that. Like the energy has to be tempered and you have to heal alone. You know, in order to come together, in order to magnetize yourself back together, where it's not going to be something destructive, right? Okay, so for the side of the feminine, we have truths unveiling. Confront issues with honesty, revealing secrets to light the way forward. So the feminine's being brutally honest about these ancestral patterns right now. And it might be a little bit tough. I'm feeling like it's a little bit tough. It's been a little bit difficult, especially because, and if you are the first one to heal some type of ancestral pattern like this, it's really hard because you don't have anyone to go to necessarily that you truly trust within your family, or sometimes even friends, because you may be the first one, especially if it is something like drinking. It's so widely accepted and everybody does it. And so that can feel very isolating. And then we have icy goodbyes here. So that's really saying like this may be a really icy goodbye. You're not quite sure where you fit in at the moment or what the future looks like, but you know this is something you have to do. And this does say lay to rest, let go of lingering disputes, and make peace together. So just, I'm feeling this really strongly within yourself. Letting go of having one foot in and one foot out right now. Just like throwing all your faith into what this nudge is telling you, what the nudges from spirit are telling you. Throwing all your faith into that and just forging ahead here. Lone path, thank you, spirit. Needing to take time out or be on your own for a while. And this may, and we have soul refugee as well. In solitude's embrace, singles find the strength to regroup and rediscover their path. So needing this alone time, especially if it's something like letting go of an addiction, and everyone in your life has that addiction to some sense or partakes in, let's say, drinking, you really needing to be alone for a while and or not be in situations that are going to make it difficult for you to stay the course here. And being okay with that and trusting that you have spirit and your guides and God and everybody else there for you, you know, in spirit. And that's really, you know, that comes down to the twin flame connection as well, because it's trusting this connection in spirit, right? And not necessarily seeing it in the 3D. A lot of this journey is really trusting your intuition, your gut, and coming into oneself where you really can have a relationship with yourself. You can be your confidant. You can be your trusted friend. You could be that parent you needed when you were young. You can be all those things to yourself and help yourself heal. And healing is just going to change your life around. I'm really, really feeling in so many more ways than one. And it may feel lonely. It may feel like a lone path here. Spirit speaks, seek wisdom in prayer, but also have open dialogue. Yes, I was really feeling this. You know, I have a practice where I really speak to God, and, you know, it's really helped, especially in the times where you do feel very lonely or things have been very isolating, to really have that relationship so that you find strength in moments of weakness, because sometimes you are going to feel weak in this journey. Deeper waters, step out of your comfort zone and explore new depths. Future embrace, seize prospects, absorb wisdom, and spring into action on your ambitions. And I have found that that's something that has really helped me on my journey to just push through the fear or lean into the fear. If I'm fearing something, you know, about doing something new, if I have fear, to just push right through that and do the thing, because that really, really helps. And then you feel so good afterwards, or you're like, wow, I can't believe I accomplished that. And then it's like, you know, that kind of helps you not have so much fear the next time, and, you know, kind of helps you work through the fear and the doing. All right, let's just keep going here. What's the vibe on the side of the masculine? Where is the masculine's energy here? We're doing, what's the vibe, Oracle, for the masculine? Delay, procrastination, too busy. So definitely has been using distractions to delay what he needs to do. And this could be, you could have been in this energy too just recently. You could have just come out of this energy the last year or so. Michael could be significant name. Epiphany, self-reflection, answered questions, untapped talents. So again, confirmation on the spiritual awakening. The masculine has definitely recently gone through one. Karmics, third parties, haters, lessons learned. So this could even be, it doesn't have to be a person. It could be, I mean, it could be even a family member who didn't like the idea of this connection. I think most people will often see by, you know, talking to people about something like this that most people don't understand. And, you know, it could have had a family member or somebody that was like, oh no, this is not okay, or we don't like this situation. You need to walk away from this. And even karmic cycles as far as like addictions as well, could be something that he's trying to let go of at this time. Has been procrastinating on it a bit, knowing it needs to be done. It could be, you know, could have been nudged for years, and like literally with this time here, like this procrastination has definitely caused delay. So the masculine has been procrastinating on something, whether it's hopping on his soul path or letting go of karmic situations, people, place, things, addictions, delayed that, which has delayed the connection. It could have been on the side of the feminine too. You could, that could be one of your blocks here, your love blocks, or some of your shadow work. Procrastination could have been one of those things for you. Okay. We have chaos and toxic. So yeah, I mean, a lot of times, and I'm seeing the tower moment. So a lot of times with the spiritual awakening comes, and especially if you're procrastinating, a tower moment will come in and things will kind of be shaken up by the universe to get you to make a move here. So that's definitely where the masculine is. And the feminine, we have isolation again here in lone path. So definitely really doing some self-reflection and thinking about what the feminine needs at the moment to let go of these things she needs to let go of in her life. So definitely, so we have waves here, emotions, worry, fear. So definite a bit of fear about what this looks like in her life here. Maybe fear and anxiety over, like, what are your social situations look like if you let go of this thing, right? Are you just going to lose everybody in your life because you can't be around that thing anymore? So definitely fear surrounding that, but Spirit's saying here, especially with all this blue energy, like, do not fear, have trust. Like this is going to clear for you. Burned bridges, lack of trust, disloyal, turned back on. So definitely, I'm feeling with this here that the feminine has let go of certain relationships in her life. Certain relationships she may have thought would be in her life forever, but definitely being at peace with that. But also maybe in some sense, the fear comes from because she's already let go of certain situations on her spiritual path and certain people, that she's just going to lose everybody by all these changes that are coming in for her, which that's not going to be the case. Who's meant to be will be. Hiding, concealing. I'm not feeling that one. Okay. Okay, so blocked. So you may be in an energy where you're kind of letting go of this connection for now. You've surrendered to it, and you know it's infinite, but you're at this place where you need to do you right now. You're about to go through a major glow up, I'm feeling, like physically. You may have done all this isolation and this inner work, and now it's time for the glow up here. Time for the physical glow up. Oh my gosh. And then I swear glow up just flipped out of the deck. That is so beautiful. New opportunities, new career, successful business. Thank you, Spirit, so much. This is confirmation here that this is what the feminine is working on right now. She is putting up those boundaries. She's isolating when needing to isolate. She's blocking what she doesn't want to come in right now and focusing on herself and the person that she wants to be. And even if one of the end goals is union or hoping for some type of union, understanding the need to want to be the person that she would want to be with, and going towards everything she wants in life, wanting to be whole within herself before union here. That is absolutely beautiful. I am going to get a few charms and then probably end this here. I absolutely love when that happens here. Okay. So we do have the Wheel of Change for the masculine. So definitely the spiritual awakening has commenced, I'm hearing. Commenced. For the feminine, the hot air balloon. So these new, and this is going to go on glow up, because new opportunities, new careers, successful business. You may have just started a business, and Spirit's saying here it's only going up from here. Keep going. Keep going. We have the Tree of Life, which is indicative of that spiritual awakening on the side of the masculine. We have the World here. So the World is, sky's the limit for the feminine really here. She is, I'm really feeling I'm only going up from here. This masculine has been moving like a turtle, slow as molasses, I'm hearing. And I don't even know if that's a saying, but... And then we have the Unicorn as well for the feminine. You are a magical being, feminine, and you are doing an amazing job on this journey. Even if it doesn't feel like it, you are doing a great job. All right, my loves, I hope this gave you a little bit of guidance on your spiritual path. I love you very much. Love and light.